NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The Packers at 8-1 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They begin the drive with Williams. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll go with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. it's 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Seven, our score after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Again, it's Williams. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They go play action with Wilson. This will be caught. Jeudy. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that will be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers again now. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Play action. It's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They run it again with Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. Down inside the 10.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time. The way the defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, he'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught at the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Rodgers going for the deep ball. Touchdown! A big play there. 46 yards.
And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
62 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I know we're the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and it's a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a two-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 53 yards.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 56 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel. Totally.
Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. He got 29 yards that time.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson to throw.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing now is Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Wilson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.